The base from my channel, which I build most frequently myself, is the mini fort. It's basically a 2x1, but with a few distinct advantages. Since it does not require any blueprints, it's perfect for the start of the wipe. The entrance of the base is through the shooting floor. The shooting floor allows you to fight door campers and control the area, which can be extremely helpful to establish dominance in the area. It also provides space for extra bags, a research table and a repair bench if needed, which is something that the ordinary 2x1 lacks. The actual 2x1 is accessed via chute. This furnace allows you to jump back out. The inside is a standard 2x1, a smelting and crafting room with your sleeping bags, and a main loot room with boxes and a TC. Cost and upkeep are both minimal. About 6 stone and 3 metal nodes are sufficient for the build. In this video, I show you how my team and I built this base today after having used it for many wipes. In the end of the video, I demonstrate how to upgrade it and turn it into a flanking base. If we build the base at the start of the wipe, we first hide bags in nearby bushes once we found a good spot. Then we farm up about 2.5k wood and start crafting, building plan and hammer, a wooden double door and a key lock. Optionally lay out the footprint to verify that the base will fit. We start the build on this square. Just build a 1x1 and secure it with a double door. Use it to put down temporary items such as boxes and sleeping bags. If we start out as a team, one of us stays inside the base to operate the door while they still have key locks. As soon as you have the material, extend the base into a 2x1 and add a door frame on the side facing the triangle. Once you add in the door, you have a working airlock. Only now we start farming up for the TC. The rationale is that it's highly improbable that someone will try to grief you during the first few minutes. And if that's the case, you probably want to move to a different area anyway. The TC goes against the back wall on the side of the exit. Upgrade the walls bit by bit to stone. We sometimes like to add another temporary airlock to the outside. Leave the door frame and the ceiling wood so that you can pick them out later. Once you obtain enough low grade, build furnaces. 2 of them go into this corner. If you're in a team, use the first metal fragments to exchange the key locks for code logs. Then upgrade the doors to sheet metal. Next, craft 4 large boxes. Clear out the inner 1x1 and build the main loot room. Even though I recently showed you how to cram more storage into this loot room, I'll only add 2 more small boxes on the side. I prefer the mobility of an open design like this. The workbench goes next to the exit. Once the door is placed, you can fit up to 3 sleeping bags. And this space can be used for more items, such as an additional furnace or a barbecue. Next, let's work on the second story. This time we use a roof ramp to get onto the shooting floor. You got 2 placement options. If you add the roof ramp in this orientation, it will be easy to get into the base, but other players may use it to camp the shooting floor. The alternative is to rotate it by 90 degrees. The downside is that it will stick into the main loot room. You will have to destroy its foundation if you ever need to replace boxes on this side. Once the roof ramp is down, jump onto the base and place windows and door frames as shown. Upgrade them to wood. Add in wooden doors and window bars. Only above the exit, use a sheet metal door and upgrade the wall to stone. Make sure the hard side is facing the shooting floor. In case you built an extra airlock, now it's time to hatchet out the ceiling and the door frame. Build the chute out of stone. Optionally, include a half-height triangle in front of the upper door. You can fit 2 more small boxes in there, which can serve as drop-off chests. Close off the ceiling. Place a furnace into the corner of the chute. Jump onto it to get onto the second floor. The jump can be a little difficult at times. Use input.autocrouch true to make it a bit easier. Remember that you can use wooden signs and picture frames to build makeshift embrasures. If needed, use the shooting floor to place additional sleeping bags and to temporarily deploy the research table and the research bench. And that's the basic mini fort completed. If you want to keep using the base beyond early wipe, for example as a flanking base, here are a few suggestions. To increase the durability, you can always upgrade parts of the core to sheet metal and use garage doors. Please note that you might have to pick up items to replace the doors. We sometimes even replace the door in front of the chute with a garage door as well. It takes 7 pickaxes or 23 spears to break the door frame. You can even start off with a double door here if you know that the base will eventually serve as a flanking base. With these upgrades, it takes 7 to 8 rockets to raid main loot, while the upkeep is still less than half a metal node per day. Another interesting change to make the space even more viable as a flanking base is to leave the roof of the chute open for roof access. Use a ladder instead of the furnace to reach both the shooting floor and the roof. Being able to climb onto the roof is great to obtain situation awareness. For extra protection, use a shotgun trap to guard the chute. More than once, the trap captured door campers and raiders for us, giving us free gear sets and explosives. And that's the mini fort 2 done. May it bring you safely through early wipe. Until then, Evil Wurst out.